Welcome to 15 Minutes with Dad. I'm your host, Lirec Williams, author of Man Up From Our Trauma to Being Impactful Fathers. This podcast is about real fatherhood at every stage, the kind that isn't filtered, perfect, or easy. It's about being present, having a presence, growing through the tough moments, and leading with purpose even when life gets messy. Every episode, we talk about the things that matter most: emotional healing, parenting resilience, co-parenting, being a spouse, and learning how to build homes rooted in love and accountability. If something you hear in this conversation helps you grow, I want to hear from you. Share your story, your wins, or the areas you're still working on. Email me directly at Lirec, L-I-R-E-C, at 15minuteswithdad.com. That's Lirec, L-I-R-E-C, at 15minuteswithdad.com. Because this podcast isn't just a platform, it's a community. And every story we share brings another father closer to healing, connection, and legacy. So let's get into today's episode. Hey, what's going on, brothers? Welcome back to another episode of 15 Minutes with Dad. We are deep in the Align Father series. I'm your host, Lirec Williams, and today we are diving into a tough question that every modern man has to face. Are you a provider or are you a partner? And when you listen to a lot of the content that's going out right now, is it 50-50 or am I paying 100%? Well, we are diving deeper into that, and we are not talking specifically about that, but I will give you a better way to look at it. It's a question that defines how we show up in our homes, our relationships, and our fatherhood. See, a lot of men believe they're doing everything right. They work hard, pay the bills, protect the family, going 100%. But meanwhile, their partner is feeling unseen, unsupported, unpleased, and emotionally disconnected. That's because providing isn't the same as partnering. Today, we're going to break that down, not to shame anyone, but to help every man listening redefine what love and leadership looks like in a 21st century home. Let's dive in, guys. For decades, the idea of being a good man was defined by one thing: providing. If you look into our 50s, post World War II, early World War I times, it was defined by just providing because women were expected socially to do a thing. It was socially acceptable and socially required that women do not provide so that men would go and work hard, pay the bills, and keep food on the table. That was the standard. And make no mistakes, those things matter, but in the world we live in now, most women are also providers. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing, it's dependent on your own mindset. But according to the Pew Research Center, nearly 46% of U.S. households with children under 18 are dual income homes, and 41% of mothers are the primary or equal breadwinner. Yet, many men are still measuring their worth through an outdated playbook, one where money equals love and stress equals commitment. That's the provider mindset, believing that your financial output replaces emotional input to your family. But here's what happened when you only show up as a provider. You're 100% man, and that's all you got to do. Your family gets your effort, but not your energy. Your family see your hard work ethic. Your sons are going to learn it. Your daughter's going to learn it. They're going to be like, we got to work hard, but not your warmth. Your partner feels your pressure when you're coming home every day from grinding so hard, but not your presence because you're tired and you're sitting on the couch and watching TV because you need to rest all the time. And that's the gap we're here to close today. Now, there's a cost of being only a provider. When we define ourselves by providing alone, we unintentionally rob our families and ourselves of connection. Psychologist Dr. Terrence Real, in his book, I Don't Want to Talk About It, Overcoming the Secret Legacy of Male Depression, says that men are often raised to see performance as love and productivity as identity. That belief creates burnout and emotional withdrawal. When you believe your only worth is in what you produce, sacrifice, you will hide when you're tired, go silent when you're hurting, and avoid help because you think vulnerability makes you less of a man. But here's the truth. Your family doesn't need a perfect provider. They need a present partner. And this is not just being there. This means that you're present, but you have a presence. Research from American Psychological Association shows that children with emotionally available fathers experience lower rates of anxiety and depression and higher academic and social performance. A lot of us dads thinks that we are theirs, therefore our kids will be fine. But you have to be emotionally present. And how do you become emotionally available to your kids? You have to do the work internally somewhere. You have to spend time dissecting and digesting all of the things that make you you and have made you you. In some sort of way, we've all endured trauma. And if you've never talked to anybody, you are not an emotionally available father. But it has nothing to do with income and everything to do with how big of a presence you have. So, my brother, the next time you catch yourself thinking, I'm doing all of this for them, I'm doing that for them, and they still ungrateful and all of that, ask, am I doing it with them? Now, there's a partnership gap. And this is where most modern relationships break down. Men think they're pulling their weight because they're working hard and staying loyal. But women are quietly carrying the emotional, organizational, and relational weight, from school schedules to emotional check-ins to maintaining harmony at home. A 2022 Gallup survey found that even in homes where both parents work full-time, women still perform 65% of domestic management tasks and 70% of emotional labor. That imbalance creates an invisible tension. Your partner may not complain out loud, but she feels the distance. What she's longing for isn't more money, it's more mutuality. Not just someone who helps out, but someone who co-leads the home emotionally. And here's where most men miss. When you become a true partner, your leadership at home actually grows, not shrinks. Partnership doesn't make you less of a man, it makes you a complete one. So where the argument seems to be solely on financial responsibility of the relationship in the household, what are we talking about when it comes to the emotional side? Because it seems like the men aren't emotionally apt because we didn't grow up that way, this and that, all these different reasons. And women are taking on that whole load of raising a child that is emotionally apt and mature. So what does redefining partnership actually looks like? It's not just splitting chores and paying half the bills. Partnership is emotional collaboration. It's both of you working towards peace and not power. So here's how to recognize the shift. When you replace hierarchy with harmony, you don't lead from above, but you lead beside. Whether you're going from the biblical terms or you're going from practicality, decisions, parenting, even discipline becomes a team effort. You prioritize emotional presence over performance. You don't have to fix every single problem. Men think that we are here to fix all problems, and if we can't fix a problem, then our whole psyche is done. Because that's the thing that gives us value, is by fixing problems that other people can't fix. You don't have to fix everything. Sometimes listening is leadership. And I'm learning this with my teenager, even right today, is that it's helpful to listen. Not everything that they talk about is about me having to solve their social life. But you measure effort by connection and not exhaustion. So being constantly tired isn't proof of love. Just because you go to work and you come home and you work all these different jobs and all this and you come home and you're exhausted and you think that you are giving love, that is not an excuse to not. It's a symptom of imbalance. You coming home exhausted and too exhausted to indulge in your family is not a proof of love. It is a symptom of imbalance. And if you haven't figured out how to create a work-life balance, you need to restructure your life. If you're working multiple jobs to get by, then that means there's something in your life you need to do to create a balance. Now, this is going to upset and piss most of you off. But if you got to work 3 jobs to take care of one home or 2 jobs to take care of one home, then you need to quit one of those jobs, find both of those jobs and find a job that gives you both balance, especially if you have kids, to give you balance in your life. It is not sustainable to work 2 jobs for a huge amount of time. I've been there. I've worked 3 jobs and went to school for my master's degree at the exact same time while still trying to parent. It is a symptom of imbalance if you are not present in your home and you blame it on the fact that you're tired. I digress. The 4th one is to create a shared mental load. Instead of waiting to be asked to do something, anticipate needs. If you see a mess, clean it. If you notice tension, talk about it. And I'm learning how to do that even right today. But you have to also practice accountability, not defense. When your partner says she feels unseen, resist the urge to argue. Ask, what can I do better this week? You're not trying to solve the world. You're just trying to get to be better day by day, week by week. That's partnership. That's maturity. And that's what modern fatherhood requires. So, brother, this shift matters, not just for your relationship, but also for your kids. And when your children see partnership in action, they learn equality by example. They learn that love is teamwork, not transaction. Your son learns that leadership doesn't mean dominance. It means empathy. Your daughters learn that love doesn't mean carrying the emotional weight of the family alone. That's generational healing. That's legacy work. And as Brene Brown says, I like to requote this person, love is not something we give or get. It's something we nurture and grow. A connection that can only exist between equals. Partnership is the soil where that kind of love grows. So I want to give you 5 steps. I like to do this every episode. Give you 5 steps of alignment framework on ways that you can start being a partner and not just a provider. Check your belief system. That's number 1. Write down what you were taught about being a man, circle what's healthy, and cross out what's outdated. Because this has to make sense for you and your family and the future of the family that you want to have. The outcomes of the family that you want to see and the vision that you have in your life for your family, for your partner, has to start here. Now, the next one is to initiate balanced conversations. Don't wait for your partner to ask for help. Ask her, where do you feel I'm showing up as a provider, but not as a partner? And be open to it. It's critical feedback because you wouldn't know. You think you're doing everything right because social media says so. But your partner and your kids are the best feedback you can get in this life. The third one is share the emotional load. Be the one who plans, remembers, and comforts too. Not just the one who protects, enforces, or, chastises folks whenever they do something wrong and pays for everything. The next one is show vulnerability. This might be hard for some of us, but you got to let your kids and your partner see that you have emotions too. That's how they learn emotional intelligence. And the last one is lead through collaboration. Invite feedback. Welcome correction from your family. Let leadership in your home be a shared language and not a solo act. You don't have to have it all together, but you got with your partner for a reason. She is also a resource. And she will go unseen if she feels like she is not contributing to the relationship and the growth of the family, because she also thinks that her vision aligns with yours. And so she's there for a reason. And you have to sometimes check in with her to make sure that the vision that y'all have for the family is still going the right way. She's going to give you feedback and say, hey, we actually veered off a little bit over here. You might need to put a little focus. What do you think? Be open to that. This is how we rebuild trust, respect, and intimacy in modern day families. So, brothers, I want to leave you with this thought. Providing keeps the lights on, but partnering keeps the love alive. Don't settle for being the man who built the house but never lived in it. Be the man who builds a home that everyone, including you, can breathe in. Your presence is the power your family has been waiting for. This is the Aligned Father. I'm Lirec Williams. Keep growing, keep aligning, and remember, the goal isn't to provide for your family, it's to build with them. And just like that, we've hit an end of another epic journey here at 15 Minutes with Dad. I'm your host, Lirec, and I am thrilled to have shared this time with you. But guess what? The conversation is far from over. Want to dive deeper into the Dadverse? Check out our website at 15minuteswithdad.com and join our vibrant community on Instagram, Discord, and TikTok for your daily dose of dad inspiration, camaraderie. And here's something special. Subscribe to our newsletter at 15minuteswithdad.com for exclusive goodies and behind-the-scenes peeks you won't find anywhere else. Got a burning question or a dad moment that made you proud? We're all ears. Submit your questions and share those special moments with us for a chance to be featured and shout out on our show. It's your time to shine in our dad community, so tap in with our Discord, and our server is at 15 Minutes with Dad. So tap in for that, engage with the community, and you will be featured on our show. Each week we will do another feature, so join in. Love today's episode. Spread the love by sharing it with a friend and leaving us a review. Let's get the word out and grow our awesome dad family, because guess what? When you give us a review and you rate our podcast, you give everybody the chance to enjoy what you've enjoyed about this podcast as well. So mark your calendars, because new episodes drop every Thursday of the week. Ready for more heartwarming stories, laughs, and dad wisdom? We can't wait to have you back. But until next time, keep being the amazing dad you are. Every day is a new adventure and every moment is special. Catch you on the next episode. Love, peace, and chicken grease.